So people often ask me, what's the coffee brewing method that I should use? And there's not like a simple answer with that. So I'm going to go over some of the most common brewing methods really briefly and tell you what they do to coffee, why people will appreciate them. From there, you can decide which one you're going to use. So let's start with a French press because most people have seen a French press. So here's a little tiny French press. So what's good about a French press? Well, it's easy to use. First of all, you just plunge it. And also with a French press, you're going to get a really intense cup of coffee. That can be good. Sometimes that intensity can cover up some of the more subtle flavors in coffee. So it's not for every kind of coffee, but it can be good. And one of the things that people don't like about it at times is since it doesn't have a paper filter, all the sediments come through and the oils. And so because of those sediments, it can be kind of like a gritty cup. So if you like coffee with a bit of grit in it, it can be kind of chewy at times, then this is a good cup for you. If you're looking for a cleaner cup without the sediment, you're going to want to go with a brewing method that has a paper filter. Let me show you one. So this is a simple drip style brewing method. A paper filter does go in there. It's Kalita. There's a lot of different styles. There's V60, there's a Kalita Wave. There's just so many. I'm not going to go into all of those. This basic kind of brewing method is the one that I actually recommend the most. It's easy to use, it's hard to mess up, and it brings out the sweetness in coffee. It does result in a cleaner cup because there is the paper filter, and it's just all around a great way to brew coffee. So I do suggest this kind of brewing method for most people. Another one that's becoming more and more popular is the Chemex. This is a small one, which is good for home use unless you're brewing for like a whole lot of people at home. And so the Chemex has a special filter. It's a thicker filter, which filters out a lot of this, all the sediment. So that can be good because it's a clean cup. On the other hand, it's easy to mess up and brew a coffee that kind of doesn't taste like anything because of that thicker filter. So you do have to know what you're doing more. Also, the actual brewing method is more expensive than a lot of other ones that are common, and it's fairly easy to break, which is not good. So I don't recommend this as much, although I love Chemex, and I've had some of the most spectacular coffees I've had have been brewed in a Chemex. This one is not commonly known, Aeropress. And it is one of my favorites. It's a lot of fun to brew with. It's also great for travel because it's a plastic one, and it just you can just plunge it down, and it's easy to travel with because then it becomes about this size, which is great. I love Aeropress. It does have a tiny paper filter that gets put in here. So it does filter the coffee out, but it's such a thin filter, a lot of sediment goes through, so you still get that feeling of body. It does tend to accentuate the brightness or acidity in coffee, so it might not be for you. But a way to find out is to go to your favorite coffee shop. That's my dog Cappuccino is trying to participate in this video. Sorry about that. Anyway, so about the Aeropress, you can go to your favorite coffee shop and have them brew you a cup of coffee to see if you like it before you buy it. But really, it's not an expensive brewing method. Easy to travel with, like I said, and you can just play around with all these different recipes and ways of brewing. So it's a lot of fun. So those are 4 of the most common brewing methods that I like to use at home or in the office. So tell me what you think. What's your favorite method? How do you enjoy brewing coffee? And then tell me if any of these suggestions have helped you.